Ebusia for about this now, lady are trending on social media. One TikToker, a friend of Camilla Hassan. Na ene amene woka say post for ensa kana marry before court. Ne judge nso etra na kwanya kesi mu. No wa sentence na 1 year in prison. Enra ana me hu say post for no na kopi mu in Sawam prison. Now, in tie kra mesa kra tene say Ghana police for cross some another charge etiano I know so no on person de court in hwene and concern for another punishment enka 1 year ne ho emano. And the story of this lady here say about social media ebe allege say since NDC for buy no eba no eniama ase no too much na because of rituals bi omo ye ansa na omoba power, or because of one bishop a friend emperor bishop video trend here on social media na ne o che say Okoe general mosquito esiedu enketia wonifia or we say or ye rituals of 32 cows Edemomo nti Camilla chese hono or tisa fila no way baby apart from which or also really insult on the president I know so very unlawful nti case ni kopie mu court no nchiremu a lawyer de ba na say o plead say or guilty and am so ma judge ni hwe na asem no edi intentem na amana nyasa 1 year sentence won some na omu chiremu krampo na judge ni kwa na honi mobo because she could have given 3 years but oman 1 year but ebusia ena me ni wodi nkomo Dr. Okoe Abedin Komo oye MPP penifoni bia or aspire to become Greater Accra Regional Chairman Abedin Komo na Dr. Okoe chiremu say Camilla Hassan was not treated fairly. Number one, or say, Pussy for I say, Camilla, a brand new bush for Crampono, enya way, Adechi, and son and bush for Cranny Flassier, Fana, Camilla. Number two, or just say, Camilla pleaded say, or you're guilty to the charges are judge no Eddie Bonnie because she was not given a lawyer, and so she was compelled to accept say, or you're guilty, Senaka Baya, or meet me with the soon punishment, no. Amano in na your man and lawyers na lawyer for court two situation and the Camilla woman no omo yes on be boano se na be ya in some no kan na one kan yi no they will revisit those issues inti omo the case ne ko two tembo for nim and you postpone the case no inti they omo ko pie mu court no they could have given the lawyers the opportunity to go back to revisit the cases but in chiremu Dr. Okoe beto one say judge ni chiremu say as long as Camilla Hassan edi kan plead guilty there was no way they were going to go back to the beginning of the case send a case ni tiena no that's where they are taking the case from then am so Emma Camilla enya 1 year sentence. The motive of this video near say yenhwe ni yensua de comment section where you there adwenche bia wo bia no let's also the beto your comment section where am I people say yankoni enkotie dia Dr. Okoe ewo mai.
Some people say borders on attack on free speech, stifling of free speech and so on, and it's about the TikToker who Camilla Hassan, who has been jailed by a high court for saying certain, and we all agree, very despicable and very derogatory and very shameful things about the first gentleman of this country, of this land, that's His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I'm not sure if she should have been jailed. I don't know. I'm not sure she should have been jailed. I mean, custodial sentence for those words, I'm honestly not convinced that she should have been jailed. I don't know why the judge did what he did, but anyway, that's just my opinion. We'll get there. Now, the story is in today's Daily Guide and by Jibril Abdul Razak. It says Ghanaian TikToker Camilla Hassan has been sentenced to 1 year imprisonment by a circuit court in Accra for making some unsubstantiated claims about President John Dramani Mahama. In the run-up to the 2024 general election, she was dragged before the court on July 10, 2026, where she pleaded guilty to the charge of offensive conduct and publication of false news. Camilla Hassan, 43, was arrested on Friday, July 10, 2026, after she had claimed in a series of TikTok videos that President John Dramani Mahama has sacrificed 32 cows to win the 2024 presidential election. She made the claims in response to the recent floods and fire outbreaks that hit part of Accra, resulting in the loss of lives and property. Camilla Hassan further claimed that the government's decision to distribute sanitary pads to flood victims was employed to cover up the alleged sacrifices undertaken by the president. Well, she also wished death on the president and his wife while making a further allegation bordering on infidelity against the president. Now, these offensive and abusive statements against the President of the Republic of Ghana are likely to provoke a breach of the peace, a court document alleged. She pleaded guilty to the charges and was remanded. So she said she's guilty. She accepted that she was guilty. And against the President of the Republic of Ghana. She pleaded to the charges and was remanded by the court, presided over by Her Honor Emanuela Asma, who had deferred her sentencing pending a pregnancy test. Now, before her sentencing, the lawyers prayed the court to temper justice with mercy and pleaded for leniency. The court, however, noted the rapid surge in such utterances on social media and said there was a need to impose a sentence that serves a deterrent. A video of Camilla Al-Hassan being escorted to court under heavy police security surfaced online yesterday, sparking mixed reactions about the need for such security measures given the nature of the offense. Now, before her arrest, she had uploaded another video claiming that a woman identifying herself as an officer of the Criminal Investigation Department of the Ghana Police Service had contacted her and instructed her to report to the CID headquarters or risk being arrested. Now, she told her followers she was going to turn herself in voluntarily, adding that her brother would escort her to the police headquarters. Now, her sentencing comes just a little over a month after another TikToker, Mahama Amina, who allegedly threatened the life of President John Dramani Mahama and First Lady Lordina Mahama on social media, was admitted to a bail of 1 million cedis with 3 sureties. 2 of the sureties must provide documents of a landed property, while the third must be a civil servant earning not less than 5,000 cedis a month. Mahama Amina was dragged before a circuit court on 1 count of offensive conduct conducive to the breach of the peace and another charge of threat of death. Court documents indicate that a 26-year-old trader on May 19 used unprintable words aimed at the president and his wife with intent to provoke a breach of the peace or by which the breach of the peace is likely to be occasioned. Okoe, what do you make of this?
Oro. Proud to the 2000 elections. One of the biggest things the NDC faced was trying to wrestle with the image people had of them, the perception that they were a party that is born out of a revolution and that they are a party that tries to use force and coercion in finding or in getting their things through, and that they are intolerant and normally go at their opponents. That perception Ghanaians had was understandable, or was not out of place, because you had a military regime that was trying to transmogrify into a civilian government. Forgive me for this history, but in this country, history is important so that you know that things have happened here. Judges, men and women who had studied and were responsible mothers and fathers, because of noise and political comments, because a political party or body or a regime felt that somebody was corrupt, but a judge looked at the fact and said this guy can walk free, they became targets. I'm not saying the president sanctioned, but out of all the noise, some people become encouraged to misbehave knowing that they are backing. So a nursing mother was picked in the middle of the night. Nobody knew where she was going. When they found her, she was dead. In this country, we have a history. The NPP came to office in 2000. When the NDC wanted to come back 2008, they had to work hard at showing Ghanaians that they are a civilian government, they don't wear military uniform, they will use the rule of law, they don't punish and all that. Moro, Ghanaians believed and brought the NDC back to office. From 2000 to now, it's almost 26 years. The NPP regime took away the criminal libel law. What was the substance of the criminal libel law? It was very simple. You say something based on your speech, you can go to jail you can be incarcerated with hard labor for your speech, what you say. No, and I want to make this profound statement. No first world country, no developed country, no country that has transformed and is impacting on their citizens jails their citizens for speaking loosely and recklessly. I repeat, no first world country, no developed country, no country that we desire to be like jails their citizens. I'm not saying punishes, because they can charge you a fine, it's a punishment. They don't jail them for speaking recklessly, moral. And by the way, those who don't understand the connection between free speech or allowing people to talk, even if they have defects. When I say defects, they don't speak like you and me, moral. Read the book Why Nations Fail, The Origins of Poverty and Wealth, Why Nations Fail, by David Schwartz. It's one of the most powerful books if you want to be in public office and to change your country. And that book cited the city of Venice. That Venice, some centuries ago, was one of the richest cities in the world. Why is Venice today not like the past? The reason is very simple. Venice had leadership that coerced its citizens and intimidated them, and then they were not now able to speak their mind. That book also tells you why some leaders will not tolerate a comment which does not put them in a good light, because once you put them in a bad light, you threaten their political existence. Even if you can develop the city or the country, they are willing to quash you, suppress you, so that you die with your innovation and whatever knowledge for them to maintain their stand. So the point I'm making is that a country needs to have an atmosphere that will allow people to speak their mind. And this is the point which is important. Have the mechanism to correct them if they don't speak well. Moro, if anybody this morning on this show, Moro, insults President Mahama, what is the remedy?
That's the book you're talking about.
Yes, Why Nations Fail.
Right.
Now, this book tells you why Africa is like the way we are, and Europe and America are developed. The difference is very simple. Over there, they protect innovators, support the environment, and then they grow. That's all. Moro, if this money, which I will never do, the way I was raised, even to speak in a way which is not correct, it can't come out of my mouth. But assuming that I insult President Mahama this morning, what is the remedy we have? Don't we have a remedy? The remedy is very simple. I can be sued through a civil action for me to come and justify my comments. Moro, there are companies and individuals who have been charged a lot of money for insulting others. Don't we have it now? I always say that being asked to appear in court to defend your comment alone is stress. Moro, you have to dress up before you go to court. You don't just walk anyhow into court. Sitting and waiting for the judge to come, you yourself psychologically you start asking yourself questions. Was it worth speaking this way? That alone is enough mental stress. Taking your plea, standing and swearing in a court, your relatives will ask you, what are you doing in the court? Then you go like, I want to speak some way. They go like, what is wrong with you? There are ways to let people know that you are on the wrong path. There is no way I would support the handcuffing of a citizen, matching him with 10 policemen, appearing before a judge, being put on a gown, like a gown being put on you, and being walked to in Sawam. For what? Speaking recklessly. Oh my God, it's sad. Moro. So this morning, I just want to remind everybody, Moro, and Dr. Martin Luther King's statement on civil liberty is the most profound this morning. He says that injustice or any treatment which is ill anywhere in the world, it is also injustice or a threat to us. We are all caught up in a network. We are families. Tomorrow I've read comments like, oh, the lady insulted President Mahama. Tomorrow, I'm not here to tell whether she insulted or not. Let's even grant it that she insulted President Mahama. Are we this morning as a country saying that we want to now have a Ghana where when someone insults the president, they go to jail for a year? Tomorrow, I don't think that's where we are working towards. As a country, do we want a public space that will insult our leaders? No way. We don't want that. Tomorrow, as a country, Are we going to have citizens who insult? No. Like Christ said when they questioned the woman for putting oil on his feet, they said the woman could have saved some poor people. You see the comment? He said the poor would always be with us, but the Son of Man is here for a while. No. As for people who speak foolishly and recklessly, they would exist in this country and other parts of the world until Christ comes. The way to deal with them, like Okoe Azar wrote, is not to put light on their works. Focus on those who act with integrity. The way to deal with them is not to parade them in criminal courts, is to take them through civil action. These activities that are happening now, my fear, Moro, is that one day, if by the grace of God the NPP is in power, I might have some hawks in my party who ask us to go start watching social media and entering homes to get people arrested. I will not support that, but my fear is that those voices can drown me. Moro. And before I forget, I want to put some facts this morning, which makes me feel sad for the Ghana police. Yewoni is my uncle and father. I have so much love for him, but I beg him, they should watch some things. In every civil democratic country, when the police arrest, honorable, when the police comes to arrest you, they have to arrest you with your people being aware that they picked honorable. When they pick honorable, your relatives must know why they are picked honorable. And the last one, your relatives must know where they are taking honorable. Moro, I'm stating a fact. The police picked this lady using the state machine, which can track people, without informing his relatives or relatives that this is a charge. I'm stating facts. Your show is a very powerful show. The police should call this morning to deny the comments and facts that Okoe is giving. The police took this lady to cells when they didn't let anybody know where she was. They picked her on a Friday. The Saturday, the lawyers and relatives were combing police cells in Accra looking for her. Ghana police should stop this kind of behavior. Oh my God. We've come too far to see this kind of medieval first 17th century behavior. Moro, these things look, this is the reason why a judge was picked in the night and some funny guy killed the judge. If you tolerate these things, you know what can happen? Some rogue guy who has not been sanctioned by John Mahama will wake up in the night, would break my door because I'm an opponent, pick me up, and when you start asking that where is Okoe boy, you will not find me. So let's all come together and say that some procedures and processes, it's a no, whether it's NDC or MPP. Don't pick a Ghanaian when they don't know where they are taking the person. And guess what, Moro? This is a fundamental rule in prosecution and public, dealing with criminals. How can you get a suspect to accept guilt in the absence of their lawyer? This is so fundamental in law. Do you know why they don't accept that evidence in court? It could have been secured through what? Through coercion. You are the police. You picked a vulnerable lady and you go like, you did this. Did you do it or not? What can she do? You are powerful. You are the state. And then she goes like, please, I'm guilty. And then you are Ghana police. You are parading this everywhere that the ladies are guilty. Come on. Don't you have lawyers in the Ghana police? Please. It's a fake evidence. It's a sham when you come and tell us that someone admitted guilt. Where was the lawyer? Where was the lawyer? And you are proud holding this evidence. You give it to a judge to put a lady in jail for a year when you secured it through very violent and foul means. It's a shame. The police, the electoral commission, the judiciary, I always say that they are God's gift to Ghana. Moro, the stability we have in this country is not because of Honorable Omi, it's not politicians. It's the Ghana police, the electoral commission, and the judiciary. They have helped to keep this country hinged. So anytime I see something worrying with them, I get very worried. Moro, please, everywhere in the world, when the police get you, they say that you have the right to remain silent, Moro, and that anything you say can be used against you. And so for those watching, I am here to let you know that Ghana police got this lady to say I have done wrong when there was nobody to speak for her. It's a shame. It's a very big shame.
You mean at the time Camilla was arrested by the police?
Yeah.
She was asked whether she was guilty or innocent even before her lawyers had attended to her.
Yes.
And you know this for a fact.
Come on, I'm telling you.
Very sure.
Come on, I'm telling you. I said they should come and disprove Okoe. And you know what? Do you know why they give body cams to police officers? It's because when a police officer makes a claim about a citizen, the courts don't swallow it unless there's evidence.
Right.
And they don't swallow it because they know your objective is to jail her, whereas the law, the civil liberties, is to make sure that she's treated right. Is Ghana police having a recording of their engagement with Camilla? I challenge the Ghana police. Do you know why they will not give you a recording? Look, it's alleged that even there was mistreatment, but I will not focus on that. People can allege because you did all the things you secured from her in terms of confessions in the dark.
Did her lawyer raise these issues in court?
Now let me come to the next fact.
Okay.
Lawyers for Camilla, when they showed up in court on Monday, put forward a motion to try and restate her plea that she's moving from guilty to what? Not what? Guilty.
Because she said the guilt out of duress.
That is of course, yes.
So they want to give her another opportunity to state it.
Absolute.
And what did she say?
When they put that before the judge, a date was given for them to take and to go through that motion. Before they would go into the motion, of course, when you go and file those things, it's not the judge you filed, it's the registry. When they appeared in court, the judge and the prosecution said that because she's admitted to the wrong, they are going ahead to write the judgment on her.
How?
That's what happened.
Oh, but that's bizarre.
Yes.
Well, sure.
Bro,
The judge didn't give the lawyer and Camilla the opportunity to restate their case.
In the first place, my point here is that the confession is invalid and void because it was made in the absence of
because of the circumstances surrounding the confession.
And I'm also putting it on authority that there was an attempt and effort to restate her plea. Bro,
Wow.
let me say on this show, Okoe speaking like this is actually speaking for those, with all due respect, my brothers and sisters who are in the NDC. Bro, do you know why?
Why?
Because some few years to come, if anybody in my party gets hold of them, Moro, you don't need to call me here. What would you do? You just play this my voice. I am going to speak and defend every Ghanaian, whether they are NDC or MPP, when I see someone using state authority to intimidate them. Moro, and I feel sad. I saw a video where people start to bring old videos of people who were arrested because of what he said. Those comments and actions by our government, even if they happen, were things that brought us in bad light and ultimately put us in opposition. And I want to conclude my submission with two things. Speaking loosely about President Mahama or any leader is not correct. But please, you cannot have a homogeneous society. There are people who, by the way they were raised, who by how they were formed, they don't talk like Moro and I. Your cure for dealing with those people is not to put handcuffs on them, send them in a jail, waste their life, and even threaten their lives. It's not the way. It's to take them through civil action.
So when Dr. Okoe Ediabeto Abontena utie conversation course so anyhow a host no so and responded to Dr. Okoe, I know who say very unfair if what they are saying is true. Which me for being can message any demo while we mrenim ni no nim the man can bet match the game. I will comment section on after the demo. So comment page name me Adam and so me send me apple biansuna unsa ebe to me aka.